Yep. Okay.
Hi, and welcome to Mark's motivational podcast for this Music Sunday episode. So I'm delighted to be joined by another great guest, Micah Miriam. So you're welcome along today. Micah, thanks a lot for joining me.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Brilliant. So do you want to maybe start by telling the listeners a little bit about your music, Mernagh?
Well, actually, how I started off would have been quite young. I actually was in musical theatre from like the age of like 6. The local society did Sound of Music, and me being a short arse, as I call it, I was Gretel straight away. And I remember the audition, they were like, yeah, you have to stand out and say the character's name. And I walked out and went, sorry, I can't remember the name. They were just like, it's all right, she can handle this on stage. But I was very like, it's all right. So I started off in musical theatre, and then basically when I was a teenager, I got into bands, very much so like, you know, punk rock kind of stuff, and just kind of angsty Evanescence kind of stuff. And actually, strangely enough, singing the likes of Evanescence and stuff, that's where I actually found my natural register, because I did a lot of musical theatre, so very theatrical singing. And then I kind of always felt like I never found my voice as such. So, and then I started singing new metal, and all of a sudden, like, the register, that like that depth in my register, like that I naturally have, because I got pneumonia when I was about 12, 13. It actually caused my voice to break, and I got a lower register, so I can sing male notes and I can sing really high female notes. So I kind of got a nice handy little, and as sick as I was, it actually ended up being a benefit down the line for session singing. And then basically got into bands, and then all through college I was working in wedding bands and I was gigging, and I had started writing and basically just got involved in writing for other people, and then started to write for myself. And then I started working with Leo Dynamic One about maybe I'm going to say about 5-6 years ago, and we started working on tracks together. And then off the back of that, then I was writing my own stuff, and I had wrote before, and I had attempted an EP, and I was like, but it never felt authentic. And then strangely enough, about 2 years ago, I just kind of scrapped everything and just went from the ground up. So I was still doing stuff with Leo, but I was still writing some other stuff individually away from that. And basically off the back of that, especially during COVID, because I actually trained as a teacher, and I left teaching to pursue music full time. So I was loving being a full-time musician, doing my thing, getting time to write and gig. And then COVID hit. And I was like, oh, damn it. But the funny thing about it was I'd gone through a lot up to that stage that I needed to I needed some way of dealing with it. So I actually started to be more authentic in my writing. And even people like producers I've worked with, directors I've worked with, they've all come back at the same thing, saying all the new stuff that I've written seems very authentic, and they're very happy with it, because it all seems very much so my narrative. So the new stuff actually coming out is very much autobiographical, like Stranger. It's followed by Shatterproof, followed by Fall, and each track is being produced. So Shatterproof is currently like getting finalized now, and then Fall is the one following from that. So they're very much so autobiographical about what I went through over the last like 2-3 years. And it's kind of very poppy, but it will be darker than the previous stuff. The previous stuff was very dancey pop, and it got a good bit of radio play and streaming in Europe and America, and that, which was brilliant. To be honest, like the Netherlands and Germany seemed to love it, so I was like, woohoo!
Great stuff.
And then the new stuff is kind of more your kind of indie pop, a little bit darker, and the idea then is for live gigs, the original band, they're ready to go, and it's very kind of Teo Lo, Sia kind of vibe, just a little bit darker, and just kind of moving in that direction, really.
Great stuff. And you were saying earlier you've got an interview coming up in Spain, 1038 as well. That's great. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, they have me, Serena Bellissimo has me as her one to watch for this week with the new track Stranger. And the video for the song is dropping on the 19th of February. And
Great
so
stuff,
looking forward to that getting out. And anyone that's seen the video has seen clips like, it looks like a movie. I'm like, yes.
For this you wanted,
That's it, because the whole idea with the videos for the new EP is that each video links to the previous one, and it's going to basically form like a short movie, I should say, excuse me. And so there's a narrative behind the tracks with the visuals, so everything links to each other. So it's kind of a collection of a movement for me through it. So it was great. Like Spin picked it up. I was absolutely chuffed, because when I first moved to Dublin a few years ago, I used to always listen. I was like, oh, I hope I get to be on that. And I was like, and I even said it to her, and she was like, I actually finally got to be on this. And she was like,
brilliant. That's
I've
great.
listened to you for like 8 years. I'm like delighted. Now, I'll admit this outright. I do have COVID, so in the interview I sound nasally as hell. So it's online, so no one's catching nothing from me. But you know, it was just like it was like I was there kind of going, oh Jesus, hopefully I make sense and I don't sound too bunged up. So you know.
No, thanks a million for coming on. Like I know it's been tough with your COVID, like so appreciate you coming on for that, you know.
It'd only be me. It, literally, if it could have happened to anyone else at the same time, it'd be me.
I know.
100%.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that now. And
that's great.
like who's your influence as well? Mernagh?
Oh wow. Big influences will be Annie Lennox. I freaking love her. I just love her voice. I love the way her voice moves. Brilliant. I love her low register. She's just like, oh, if I met her, I'd probably start crying. Like 100% would just like totally be like, I love you. And I just know it. I love Kate Bush as well. I love Kate Bush's storytelling in her music. I think she's phenomenal. And she always wrote slightly differently to what you would believe the standard song to be wrote like. And that's something that I've actually gotten as feedback, is that the way I structure my songs isn't the typical way. I slightly change it and I punctuate it more like poetry. And I think that's because also being an English teacher, I write more in a poetic style, as in rather than just lyrically. So apparently that makes it a little bit unusual, hopefully for the better. And then I love Lorraine, who won the Eurovision a few years ago, in I think 2011, and that's partly why like I did her on Last Singer Standing, because like, geez, oh my god, like her voice, I'd be like, if I could even sing like a tenth like her, I'd be like, okay, I can die happy now. You know. Teo Lo is a big influence as well. I love her edginess, but I also love her storytelling. Sia is the same. Any singers like that who really have their, like, I also love Dire Straits. I love Dire Straits.
Great
Romeo
band.
and Juliet.
Yeah. Oh, class.
Romeo and Juliet is my favorite song of all time. I just love the narrative. I know the video is quirky, but I love it, and I love that there's a story, and it's all about the lyrics, and just I kiss you through the bars of a rhyme. I'm just like,
some brilliant songs they have. God, Mark Knopfler, some singer, like, oh my god.
Oh my god, but like the guitar work he did, like, I mean, I was listening back to some of it before, you know, any of these like beats and stuff you could get, like the stuff he was doing with guitar was just like, you're like, that's a guitar. You're doing that with a guitar? How the hell is he doing that? Like,
unbelievable.
He's freaking gifted. Like, he's just wow, like, Jesus.
No, great, 100%. And Mernagh, I'm going to share your links that you sent me as well on the show notes for people to check out as well. You know, you send me links for Instagram and
Facebook and TikTok.
TikTok, good stuff. Brilliant. So like, if people people to listen to your music, it's all on Instagram,
all the platforms. So I'm on. So for Spotify, it's just Micah. You'll find me, like, if you search Stranger, it'll come up pretty quickly. Same for iTunes. It's on iTunes. It's on Tidal. It's on all the main platforms, and then on TikTok it's down as a sound. And if anyone does use it on TikTok, do tag me in it, because I'm curious, because apparently I've got messages from some shoes going, Miss, we're going to do a dance to this. I'm like, okay, go for it. I'm just like, go for it, freaking out. They'll do a better job than me, because if it was me, I'd look like a drunk monkey trying to dance. So I'm happy with that. 100%. You guys have got more talent than I do. I'm sticking to the singing side of things. And then on Instagram, it's Micah MC1, because Micah was gone. Facebook, it's Micah Music IRL. And then if you're ever looking for me, and the easiest way to get me is always Micah.ie, and literally brings you to everything, and it's the easiest way to contact. And then gigs and stuff will all be going up there. So, you know, it all works out well. So the Micah Music is generally the way to get me.
Great stuff, Micah. Yeah, brilliant. And also, what you were saying, that like you're gigging, where can people go and see you as well, Micah? What venues are you playing in?
So I generally would do the cover band stuff as well. So I'd be gigging all over Dublin and probably the rest of the country. like hopefully all going to plan with the originals. We're hoping to do like the grand social and stuff like that. So that'll be going up on the
Great
page
stuff.
and that. So doing original
Yeah.
gigs is something I'm pushing for. And then I'm hoping in the next year or so to push for stuff abroad, the UK and the Netherlands and possibly the States, because I like the dream for me is to tour. Like some people, it's like, you know, different things. For me, it's just live performance, because to be really honest, I'm happiest when I'm singing, and I could have the crappiest time ever, but once I'm singing, I'm super happy and I'm in my element. So like I'm just happy to get out and get the original gigs going and get, like, you know, get to perform properly with a band and do the whole shebang, because that's all I really want to do. I don't mind after that. I'm pretty happy. I just want to sing. I'm good.
Brilliant,
I'm good.
Great stuff, brilliant. No, thanks a lot for sharing all this with us, Micah. That's it. But that's great. And just as well, what kind of keeps you motivated in your songwriting? Like, you write songs. Could you maybe talk about that, Micah, please?
In terms of songwriting, I have a rule now with myself, because I overthink things a lot. I'm a massive overthinker. I think someone said to me once, if they were in my brain, I think they'd be exhausted after 5 minutes. So like I've got to learn about that. So what I generally do is when I'm writing a song, I'll normally come up with like a melody or a lyric, and it'll literally write itself in about 5 to 10 minutes. If it takes me longer than 10 minutes to get the flow down, I know it's not worth writing. And I know that sounds like a really cutthroat way of doing it, but it should come to me naturally, because I found over the years, if I sit and I force myself to write, it just doesn't flow. However, if I do it and I just kind of go for it, it normally is an idea or a lyric. It'll be something really simple, and all of a sudden, like Stranger was written last Easter, and it was literally written in under 7 minutes, and I just got it done. Shatterproof was the same. Fall was the same. Any of the new stuff, it was just quick. And anything I've been writing intermittently. So one thing I've learned is I've tried to do the thing where I lock myself away and I'm like, I'm going to write a song. Doesn't happen. Like you just get frustrated and annoyed. So sometimes I have quiet moments. Sometimes I'll just be like, I'll be randomly driving the car, or I'll be in the gym, or I'll be doing, and now I'm like, that's it. And it's so weird, because I'm just like, put it into the phone as quickly as I can, because otherwise you just lose it. Like the weirdest times it has happened. Like recently I was thinking of an idea for a song, and I was getting really frustrated, and I was like, oh Jesus, why can't I write this song? And then I was getting sick. Like I was honestly getting mad at myself. And then I was just randomly, I don't know what I was doing. I think this is going to sound terrible. No one needs to know. I was tweezing my eyebrows. And all of a sudden, that's it. And I literally was like, go. It's the randomest times, but if it comes quickly and fluidly, I write far better. If I have to sit and physically go, right, this is now when I'm writing a song. It's different if I'm writing for somebody else. Sometimes I get asked to write songs for other people. That's different. They have a narrative that they want. I always ask, when people are asking me to write for them, where are they emotionally coming from, where the song is. If they bring me a melody, it's like, where were you? Like, what were you feeling at the time of writing it? Then I have to find an emotional connection into the song. Otherwise, it just doesn't flow. So that's one thing. I've got to be emotionally invested in what I'm writing before I can write.
No, that's great. That's great for anyone who's listening, Micah. Thanks very much. And because like you say there, when you make decisions quick, it's good to act on them. Like, you know, when you get an idea, it's the best way, isn't it? Really.
Because otherwise it becomes labored, and the song, the lyrics and everything become labored. Like as someone said about Stranger, it was a lovely review. They were saying, oh, great melody, big vocals. The lyrics are simplistic, and they're deliberately simplistic, because the whole song is actually about being during COVID, and literally dating during COVID, being on Tinder, trying to match with someone, trying to find the right person, and kind of going, well, that's a red flag. He said, what? No, you're all right. You know, so it's kind of like, it's finding your red flags and then having this idea of someone you want to be with. And strangely enough, at the time, I had literally started to see somebody, and I was like, wait, this thing can kind of work. So the song is literally broken off the back of Tinder, and then possibly something good coming out of it. And it sounds odd to write a song about Tinder, but that's literally where the song came from, because everyone's a stranger on Tinder. Unless you've met them before, you haven't a damn clue who they are. So that's where it is.
So it makes sense, yeah. And
Very much.
Where's the link with what's the link with Keith McLaughlin? Because Keith, fair play to him, he kind of gave me the nod for the Oscar on the podcast.
For Keith.
It, you know. Yeah.
Keith, basically what happened was, I remember a few years ago, he does the open mic nights, the Brady sessions, and I put my name in for them. And then I met him literally through that. And then through that, we started working together. And honestly, you couldn't meet nicer, nor could you meet more genuine. The amount of times that, like, I remember before COVID, we were meeting up and stuff and having chats about like different stuff, aimed with music and stuff. And at times we were just like, it's hard to find genuine people and nice people. And I don't mean that in a mean way. It's just, you know, he is a good person. He really does believe in original Irish music, and he does push it, and so many people don't. And that's why, like he's a songwriter himself, and he's a great lyricist, like, and that's why I'm just so happy that, like, you know, he gives me the time of day, because he's a great guy, and he's always promoting Irish music, and he's always on radio, and he's doing, like, I mean, he's a real champion for it. And I would love more people to become aware of him, because he's just dead on. You couldn't meet nicer. I mean, even when I got the spin, like, he dropped me the message, like, hey, listen, they want to have you on, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? Like, hello. So it was funny. And even like, I think he was one of the first people I told that I was going to be on Last Singer Standing as well, like, so I mean, I couldn't fault him, like, at all. He's a great lad. So that's what happened. And then he does the Brady sessions, and so that's actually literally what happened. It was just we met through that, and then just kept going from there. I mean, we work quite well together. I remember when I think one of the first songs he pitched for me was Forever, and even he was like, geez, I didn't think we'd get this much radio play. And I was like, you think you didn't? You know,
that's great.
I was kind of going. So, like, I mean, it just seems that, you know, we work well together, and he's solid out. So, like, literally, I just hope more people become aware of him, because he's dead on. Couldn't be nicer. Genuinely.
Oh yeah,
good lad.
It was great. Because it's great. I had him on the podcast a while ago there, so anybody that's listening can check out that podcast as well.
Definitely. Really cool. And I would highly advise, like, just follow him, give him a like, let him know, because I mean, for promoting Irish music, you can't fault him. He really, really, really does push for it. When a lot of people are like, no, I don't know if that's really my style. He's like, nope, it's Irish music. It's good Irish music. It needs to be heard. Get it out.
Right, isn't it? Yeah.
Right. And I mean, before COVID hit, literally just before, we'd set up a new singer-songwriter session in Bernafena House out in Rathcoole. And it was like really good. Like, it was a really good opening night. And then COVID. It was like, God damn it. And it was it was another opportunity, because again, getting opportunities to do original work, you know, and you get to promote it and put it up, and we were doing live streams of it and everything else. It's great. Like, and I mean, he really, like, they approached him and he approached them. I don't know which way it went, but I always gig there anyway. So then it was like a case of we all kind of worked together, and it like was a really good first night gig. Like, I mean, we were delighted with it. So I like it. Like, I mean, he really does try. He really does push it. So can't fault him. He's a great guy.
Yeah, brilliant. And you mentioned as well that show you were on as well, Last Singer Standing. Was that on? I can't remember. That was on RTE recently, wasn't it? Yeah. Great. How did that go for you? Did it go well?
Grand. It was good crack. Like, to be honest, everyone on the show was lovely. And you see, the thing is, because gigging wasn't really a thing back, because like, obviously COVID kind of screwed that up. We're all just happy to get back on stage. I think we're like, oh Jesus, let us sing. You know, like, I want to get on stage, let me sing. I don't mind after that. I need the drum. You know. So it was great. Like, and honestly, everyone on the show, like, even me and Lee, like, we were up, Lee Tompkins, we were singing against each other, and it was kind of funny, because everyone's like, he's like, oh yeah, what happened there? And I was like, but like, me and him were actually looking at doing like two covers, like doing a duet together, because our voices work really well. So it's like funny, like, how it works out.
It is, yeah.
And like, I mean, even Janet and Patrick, they're on the Eurovision final tonight, like for the Eurovision entry of the song, and everyone in the show, like Caroline, Dame Stuffy, Kira Rose, like, I mean, every single one of them can sing. Single one of them is just a hard-working artist in their own right. And that's the thing. It sounds funny. People were like, oh, Jesus, is there not a bit of rivalry? There can't be, really, because we're all just trying to get out there. We're just trying to get our stuff heard. So that's why we're very, very lucky that we got the opportunity. And that's the thing. I'm delighted that I got the opportunity, because if you'd asked me like 5-6 years ago to go on TV doing that, I'd be like, me? I'm sorry, you're saying what now? But it was funny because it was like, they were just lovely. The environment was lovely. Like, even like when you get a parting gift, they give you like Lindt chocolate, you're like, woohoo! And I got to keep my boots. I'm like, I'm taking those. Do you know? So honestly, it was a great experience, and I'm really grateful for it, because I actually think, do you know, you kind of like, I'm after making friends for life out of it. I mean, when my Single Stranger came up, Janet and Patrick and Kairos and all of them, they were all sharing it, going, hey, like this, follow this track, go for this. Do you know? So, I mean, I'm very lucky, and I'm very lucky to have worked with such lovely people, and other opportunities did actually come from me out of it. So I'm kind of lucky. I can't complain, really. I've been very lucky the last year. So you know,
I'm delighted it went so well for you, Micah. That's brilliant. Because like you say, it's funny the way other things come out of like one thing, so that's great. So it's been great talking to you on the podcast. So once again, when is your interview on Spin for people to check it out?
Spin is on the 5th of February, and I think I'm on first thing at 10 a.m. So, but there'll be like a little video clip of the new track that's coming out. Well, the new track is out, but the video clip will be kind of going up there with it and everything else. So
great stuff.
Hopefully I don't sound too bunged up in it from the COVID. Hopefully I sound a bit more okay today.
Great. No, brilliant. No. So listen, thanks a million for coming on, Mike. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Sorry for talking too much.
I know I'm gonna share your music as well, and the links to your Insta or your social media for the checkout as well. So so best of luck. Thanks a lot for coming on tonight.
Thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Cheers. Thanks for tuning in today to Mark's motivational podcast, Music Sunday. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you.